This is the Business Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
I'm excited about our guest today, a former music executive who launched his own Nashville-based ticketing company, Project Admission. Stephen, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Derek, thanks for having me.
Do take me for a minute, though, and tell me about some of the what are some of the challenging parts of that journey, some of the valleys, just for a minute, because you're out of it now and you've done so many cool things, but even with something winding down, that's tough to have happen too. So take me to a couple valleys and then let's figure out how you got out of them.
Yeah, so, if we add a layer of the story going back, what I was doing in Puerto Rico, we had no idea what we were doing. We were just figuring it out.
Right. Same
thing moving into the record label. We were finding our way through, and particularly with the record label at that time, it was the kind of movement into the digital world. It was happening. It already happened, but it was really tipping over. And it was also the new age of kind of 360 deals, which was a lot to take on as a record label. You're basically, acting effectively as kind of a manager as well. The biggest, I think, the huge takeaway that I had from the record label was learning what you do well and what you don't do well, and learning how best to put people around you who do certain things better than you do, and kind of delegating properly. I did not know how to do that with the record label, so I took on way too much, and I did a lot of things very average or bad. Or poorly.
Is it because you wanted to have help control the creative process to help make the shows a quality outcome, or what do you think was the mindset? A lot of people do that. All of us do.
I think the mindset was probably fear and overcompensation, feeling like imposter syndrome. I think is probably the root of it, right? Like you're standing in a position where you've got these bands behind you that are depending on you. You've got this large corporation on top of you that there's money coming from,
right?
And you're sitting at the helm of this thing trying to make it all work,
right?
And I don't think I had enough humility in me to know how to ask for help in the right way. And I think that you learn over time that, and I think the next experience with Songkick is what taught that piece, and working with an insanely incredible team. And finding those kind of how much output you can have and how much better you are when you surround yourself with people that are smarter than you.
Derek Champagne here. I want to connect with you if you're listening to the Business Leadership Series. We can connect on LinkedIn or send me a message at derek@derekchampagne.com. I look forward to connecting.